Hi everyone, this is Zohaib. Welcome to my YouTube channel Learning Edge Pro. And today in the part 11 of our video, we are going to create manage menu items page. On the left section, it will be the same as normal main page of our POS application for menu items, and right section will be for creating or ordering new and already created menu items. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's open our Visual Studio and run the application to check what we have done previously. Okay, so this is our POS application. So here we just created the orders page, and whenever I click this, it is giving me some bugs. Okay, let me check what's the issue here in our orders page. Okay, first of all, close all the tabs and keep it clean. Open the orders page and check what's the issue while tapping. I think it's the tapping gesture. Here I have defined it. Okay, it's outside the data template, so we have to get this into a data template. So let's put it here and let's run the application again. Okay, wait. Let's run the application. So we are into our application. Expand this. Open the orders page. Click any of this. Okay. So now on the only thing is left is just to alter the UI of this right hand side. So for that, it is first of all we have to set the borders. That is so much higher. And the next thing we just need to add a content view here, which we have not added. So add the content view. It should be a grid dot raw one with padding of 10, and the background color should be white smoke because our whole theme is of green and white. So that's why we are choosing the white smoke and have to close it here. Content view. Okay, so now we are good. Let's run the application again to check whether it's good or not. As you can see, we are into our POS application. Expand this, open the orders page, click any of them. Okay, so now we are good. If you close it from here, no order is selected. Well, all the order items are perfectly fine. So let's close it. Okay, so first of all, in the controls folder, we just need to create another control method, new item. We just need to create a .MAUI content view.xml, and the name of this will be categories list control. Categories list control. Okay, so just create this. Basically, why we are creating this, because we just need to control the main page.xml and manage menu items page from the one element, which will be a categories list control and menus item list control, because this is the globally thing where I'm going to put my UI and logics, and by these things it will be catering the main page as well and manage menu items page as well. So for that I have created this. Okay, so the next thing, I just need to go to my main page .xml, and inside this main page I just need to copy my collection view, which will be of the categories. Okay, so now just copy this and paste it here. Let's remove this vertical stack layout. Okay, so now after this I'm just going to add all the namespaces here. As you can see, now we are good, and just going to remove the data type because we are not using this data type. So after this I'm just going to create a partial class for this inside its CS file. So here I'm just going to create a partial class. It's already partial public category system control. It's, I think, a Visual Studio error. Uh, we are going to create a method public static read only bindable property categories property, which is equals to bindable property dot create name of categories. And outside this, which will be a type of menu category model, which will be an array, and which will also be a type of categories control. And here it will be an array dot empty menu category model. Okay, so now we are good. Basically, why I've created this, because just to import all the categories from one side. So therefore, I'm creating this to avoid any conflictions with the main page. After this, I'm just going to create another logic, which will be a public menu category model of array will be categories. And inside this, get method will be uh, menu category model of array, and outside this get value will be categories property, and set value will be categories property. So now we are good. Why it's giving the error categories? The category doesn't exist. Why it is not? Okay, so I have created by mistake menu. So now we are good. After this, we just need to add two things into our categories list control. First of all, here in the namespace, here I'm going to add the reference name, which will be a this, and inside the collection view, it will also be injected with a binding context of reference, which will also be this. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to add two events into our categories list control.cs file. So here I'm going to inject some events, public event of action, menu category model, not of array, and it will be on categories, category selected. Okay. So now I'm just going to create a private void select category. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay. First of all, let me create this menu category model, which will be a category on category selected invoke category. Okay. What I'm doing here is that you can see here's a tab just a recognizer of select category command. So this event is existing in our home view model, which we not want to go to our home view model and to fire the event from there. So rather than firing the event from home view model, we are just creating the method here of menu category model that on category selected as soon as the this button this tab gesture is clicked. So whenever this click, then this event will be fired, and it will be internally fired, and also will fire at our home view model. So this is the simple code that from one side you can also trigger the code from an other page. So let me just add the relay command here for finding the event. Okay, so now we are good. The next thing we need to do is just to remove the ancestor type here home view model, because right now we are just calling the event from our category list control. So for that, I'm going to add a category list control here, and it will be from not id, it will be dot that it is calling from here. So after this, I'm just going to go into my main page.xml, and here I'm just going to remove this whole thing categories. Now these categories will be called from controls categories list control, because I have defined it globally, which I have said later. It will be of raw one. The categories will be binding with categories, and as soon as on category selected event is fired, so it will create a new event. Let me go to its code. So here's the event. As you can see, inside this event, I'm just going to make some changes here. The first changes which I need to make is it should be a category which will return. Okay, wait, await. Okay, it will not return, sorry, we have already using the curly brackets. Await underscore home view model dot selected category command, and this method will be executed for the changing of event. So now we are good. Let's just make the method async to remove the errors. So now we are good. After this, we just need to copy the collection view of menu items from main page.xml and have to paste it into our new content view file, which will be named as menu items list control, because we have done all the things of our category list control. So as you can see, now we are just going to create a first of all new file, which will be named as menu items list control. So this will be our file, and inside this file, I'm just going to copy my uh, where it is collection view. Wait a second. Uh, this is okay. Here's the menu items. I just need to copy this whole thing and just need to paste it inside my menu items list control. Now you're good. Just need to copy the same namespaces from here. Well, I have to paste it into our menu items list control. So now we are good. After this, I am just going to remove the things which I copied from main page, main page.xml, and this, wait a second, this grade.raw2 should be removed completely, and we just need to give it a closing tag here. So now we are good. Just need to remove these things. As you can see, we are now good. So after this, I'm just going to alter the changes in my menu list CS file here. I'm just going to alter this. First of all, I'm just going to create the same thing which I've created for the menu categories list. Look static, read only, a bindable property, items property, bindable property dot create, and then the name of items. Now set the items. It will be a type of menu items array, and it will be a menu item list control. Now we are good. After this, I'm just going to create another event, because as you can see, in fact, are this add to cart event is firing. So for that, I'm just going to need to make an event handler here as well. Action menu item, and it will be on select item. So now we are good. After this, I'm going to make a public array of menu items, which will be named as items because we are using it here. The first method will be get menu item from get value. It's correct, and the set value will be items property value. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to create a method of select item here. Private void select item, menu item which will return on select item, invoke item. Okay, so the last thing which I need to add is here, which will be array dot empty menu item. Okay, so now we are good. After this, I just need to add the this namespace inside our menu list control, which I have added in categories as well. So it will be name. Later on, I will set the alignment as well, because it's so out, it's not looking good. So we'll do it later. Inside this, I'm going to add a binding context, which will be referencing uh, inside the curly brackets. Reference will be this, and it will not be menu items, it will now be items, because we have created the method for the items. Now I'm just going to change the view model from here to menu items list control, and this method will be changed to select item command. So now we are good. Let me check if I made it relay command. No, I have not made a relay command. So this is the relay command. Just copy it for the safe side. Select this, then command. So now we are good. Now we just need to inject this into our main page.xml, where we have removed that. Wait, let me check. Where was it? Okay, it was. So we just need to remove these things from here. Need to again close this, and I have to copy the menu items list control, which will be inside the not grid. It is already in grid 2, as you can see. Uh, it will be items calling from binding with menu items, and on select items, it will fire another event, which will be menu items with control. So we just need to check the CS file here. You can see now our menu item list is now created. It will be set to menu item. And inside this, I'm going to create a home view model dot add to cart command dot execute the menu item. So now we are good. Yes. Okay. So now we are good. Just need to use the namespace because we are calling the menu item from uh, data. Basically, we are calling the menu item from the data. So with not to get any errors later, so we are using this namespace dot menu items. Okay, so now we are good. Just copy this thing and paste it inside this as well. Okay, not this. And the C menu items list control.cs file here. Is going to put it here. Okay, so now we are good. Now let's run the application to check whether it's good or not. Okay, so no, it's giving me the is initialized error because it's Visual Studio internal error. So let's close the solution and let's restart my Visual Studio. Okay, so now I restarted my Visual Studio. Let's run the application again. Okay, it's not running. Why? Let me check what's the issue here. An error occurred while parsing XML event mainpage.xml. Okay, let me check what's the issue in mainpage.xml. First of all, remove these things. Now the thing expected. Okay, here. Okay, let's run the application again. It should work perfectly fine. Yeah, it's working perfectly fine. As you can see, we are calling our categories and menu items from the list controls. Menu items list control and categories list control. So it's working perfectly fine. Now the next step, we are going to implement it inside a manage menu items page. So let's do that. So first of all, in our main page, I'm just going to copy the entire grid column definition. So let's copy this whole thing and we'll paste it in our main manage menu item page. So here it is. And here we are just going to remove the vertical stack layout uh, here and we'll paste it here. So now we are good. Okay, let's give it some space and just need to add the shell dot nav bar is visible equals to false. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to alter some things which will be like this is hello Zohaib. Now this will be renamed as manage menu items. Manage menu items. And the other text which I've written is current order items here. It will be renamed as save menu items. So now we are good. So now I just need to remove this whole collection view here. It will be removed. Oh, wait a second. What's the issue here? Okay, let's remove it. This. Okay, so now it is removed. Now we are good. After this, I'm just going to remove the vertical stack layout as well, which is this. This will be removed entirely. Wait. Okay, so now it is also removed. After this, we just have to put the this events menu item list control and categories list control into our manage menu items xml.cs. So here we are going to paste it from main page. So let's copy it from main page.xml. These are the things. Copy it and paste it here. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to create a manage menu items view model in view model folders to call out the menu category model, menu item model, and menu is loading. So for that, I'm just going to create that as well. First of all, I need to remove these things just to restrain from the errors. And in our view model folder, I'm just going to create another view model, which will be named as manage menu items view model. Now we will be calling our categories and menu list from here just to save our items. So let's create this. It will be a public class and it will also be a partial, which will be observable object. Why it's not getting the reference from here? Wait. So let's add the component model here. And after this, I'm just going to create a constructor, public manage menu item view model, in which I will be injecting my database service here. And after this, I'm just going to create this and we'll just inject the property here, assign the field. It will be a private. For me, I am good to use with this. And inside this, I'm just going to create the observable property, which will be private menu category model array, calling it from private categories and setting it to empty array. Again, calling properties, property observable. Basically, these all are defined in HomeView model. You can also copy paste from it there, but I'm typing you just to clear you guys that all the things are working smoothly, perfectly fine. menu items. Okay, so we have created the menu item as well. After this, I'm just going to create another observable property, which will be private menu category model, and which will be also selected category equals to null. And the last but not the least is our loading thing, observable property, private boolean is loading. Now we are good. Our menu item is giving errors because we have not injected the thing which we have injected here. So let's copy and paste it here as well. So now the error should be removed. Okay, so now we are good. After this, we are just going to add initialized and select category async method from our home view model. So let's go to our home view model, and we just need to search for the is initialize async here and select category async from here. We just need to copy these two things and just need to paste it here. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to add new method as well, which will be edit menu items, because I'm going to make it versatile that you can also create and edit the menu items as well. So for that, I'm just going to create another method, just set it to relay command, and inside this, I'm going to private async task, edit menu item async from menu item, and this variable will be menu item. And inside this, I'm going to make it await shell dot current dot display alert, which will be edit, and the second option will be edit menu item, and the third one will be okay. So now we are good. Now we just need to alter our manage menu item page.xml.cs here. So for that, I'm just going to inject my manage menu item view model here. Manage menu item view model in variable. Now we are just assigning the field to it. Just make it underscore. Now we are good. After this, I'm just going to also add as initialize async method here as well, because later on I'm gonna create that. So before I'm just inserting initialize async there. Now I'm creating that method. Public async void initialize async. Now the method is now created. Now the error should be removed. And inside this, I'm going to make it await manage menu item dot initialize async. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to create a model dot menu category. Okay, so this is fine, absolutely. And inside this, I'm just going to make it await uh, manage view model dot. I think I have just removed the same thing again, and I'm writing it again. So no worries. We'll type this again dot id, and inside a menu list control, I'm also going to use await same variable dot edit menu item command dot execute async, which will be menu item but not the id. Okay, so now we are good. After this, I'm just going to add the binding context here as well. Binding context, which will be of manage menu item view model. So now we are good. So now we are just going to add the namespaces into our manage menu item page. So for that, I'm just going to copy my all the namespaces from here and tell view model and going to paste it here. I think the navbar also includes, but let's remove this. So now I think I'm good. Okay, the control is also added. So let's remove this. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to inject into my MAUI program.cs file, MAUI program.cs, and I'm just going to edit as a transient, add transient, which will be manage menu item view model, and the second one will be add transient, manage menu item page as well. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to run my application to check whether it's good or not. So let's run the application. So it's not running. Let's check it out. What's the issue here? Why it's giving me the okay? Here's the error. It is inside the manage menu items view model. Is initialized. Okay. So here's the error. So let's check why is there. Okay, I have not created the private bool for the initialized. So let's create that. Okay, so now we will be good. Now let's run the application again. Okay, so as you can see, now we are good. Let's open our orders page. Now let's check it out. Now let's open our manage menu items page. As you can see, our heading say menu items is here and manage menu items is here. Our manage menu item page is working perfectly fine. Now the thing we are just going to create is the edit and save module here. So now, as you can see in our main page, you can see the card item here inside the menu items. So we don't need this cart items in our manage menu items. So for that, I'm just going to make it a little bit change. So let's go to our manage menu list control here, and inside this, in this image button, I'm just going to add the source to binding source, which will determine that which page is open, and according to that, it will show that icon binding source. Okay, so I've just summed up binding source with reference to this. Yes, we have specified this, and the path will be action icon. So now we are good. Now we just need to open our CS file of this here, and inside this I'm just going to create a public string action icon, which will be get set if it is by default set to cart set to cart.png. Make it public bool is edit case. So why I'm creating this is edit case, because by default I'm going to set the value to 0. When the value is 0, so it means it will show the card icon image. If the value will be changed to 1, like whenever we go to our manage menu items page, so it will automatically recognize that the value is changed and will show the another icon, uh, not will not show the add to cart image. So for that I'm going to create a edit case condition set and get. So action icon, which will be value question mark written .png, and if not, then it will show the add to cart.png. Let's give it a true, and inside this I'm just going to set is added case to true. So I'm just going to set it here that by default is added is equals to true. Now we are good. Oh, sorry, why is there is giving, because I have just put it inside menu item list control. So we have to put it into our manage menu items page. So let's go there. And because of the binding menu items, I was a little bit confused. So for that, okay. So now we are good. Why it's giving the errors? So let's check menu items. Just wait a second. So now we are good because the application was in running mode. That's why it was giving the error. So now let's run the application to check whether it's resolved or not. Okay, as you can see inside our main page is the card icon, and if we go to our manage menu items page, so the no icon is showing because I think I've not added the image. So let me check if I've added the image correctly. It's written .png. Let me check inside my uh, properties, not the properties, resources, images. So is there anything which is written? So I think I have not added that thing. Let me search it. Written. Yeah, so the image is not here, so let's add the image in the next video, and I will show you how it can be changed by just from the action icon thing. So that's it. I hope you like the video. For more upcoming videos, kindly press the subscribe button, press the bell icon so you will never miss an update. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.